To my real estate and mortgage professionals, folks, it's really important that when you're doing a Facebook Live or any kind of live stream video, whether it's on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, anywhere, that you're checking in at your collaborative partner locations, all right? So if you are a real estate agent and you're going to a mortgage office because you're dropping down paperwork that you need, updated purchase contract, absolutely anything that that can be digitally sent over, or maybe you're not dropping anything off and you just want to go inside the mortgage office and sit down with your collaborative partner to talk about the types of loans that they're offering. Are they paying closing costs? If you're the mortgage professional, then are you paying closing costs? Are you offering, hey, if you refinance today, you're going to get, all your closing costs paid. Maybe you could be doing a live video and talking about what people need to be looking at on their loan estimates, on their closing disclosures, what the good faith estimate, things like that. These are all really important documents that people need to understand what that means. And when you do a live and you explain these things to those people, check into those places, especially on Instagram and on Facebook, especially on Instagram, because when you check in, that geolocation is a driving tool for free leads and people who are in that area to check you out and find out what you're doing. Okay, so if you're working on something that somebody might be interested in, they're going to be interested in checking out your live video. But more importantly, they might know somebody, they might tag a friend. Okay, so the call to action on that piece is going to be very important. If you know someone who's looking to refinance, if you know someone who's selling, if you know someone who's looking to buy a home, okay, it's really important that you give that call to action and you utilize all of your tools and resources within these platforms. Okay, you could also talk about the what ifs of buying and selling. Okay, there's so many things that people don't understand about the buying process of a home. What's the earnest money deposit? How much should it be? Is there a percentage? Is there an industry standard? Is there a standard on the price of the home? Is $2,000 going to cover an earnest money deposit for a $300,000 loan? If not, why? Explain it to people. Are there transferable warranties? If you buy a brand new build, are they getting a warranty on the refrigerator? Is there a washer and dryer included? Is there a full warranty on the washer and dryer? How long does a warranty last? If it's somebody who's military, maybe they're only going to be living there for a certain number of years. Are the warranties going to be transferable? That could be something that could be a selling piece when they're getting ready to sell the home in the next couple of years. So talk about that. These are things that people want to know about. What is wind mitigation for the mortgage professionals and real estate agents? That's something that, again, checking in at collaborative partner locations, you could have a homeowner's insurance collaborative partner that can sit down and talk to people about what wind mitigation is and why that's important. What does that mean? Right? Maybe you could even have an inspector with you, sitting down with you and showing people what that wind mitigation thing is. Show the brackets in the attic, right? Like, I'm dead serious right now. Like, these are things that people, I personally, when my husband and I bought our home, we didn't even know what that meant. I'm a mortgage professional of like 20 years and I still didn't fully understand what wind mitigation was. That can be a significant difference in somebody's homeowner's insurance premium, and that's important for people to understand what that means and how it works. So make sure that you do things about that. Again, homeowners insurance requirements. What's required in your area? What's required from loan to loan? Why does it matter if you're in a flood area, right? If you're in a flood zone, what does it mean to be in a flood zone? People think flood zone only means being by the water, like being by the beach or being by a lake. And that's not the case. So if that's something that you can speak to, you can explain to people how to determine whether or not they're in the flood zone. Explain to people the simplest information to say, hey, it's public records, or hey, you can find this information at this website. If you're sending people to places where they can research this information for themselves, that's also information. You're giving them resources, right? Why is a pre-qual letter important? Why is a pre-qual letter important? And why is it that if somebody has a pre-qual letter in their hand, they're more susceptible to getting their foot in the door and having their offer accepted than somebody who doesn't? What is escrow and how does it work? How does escrow work? What does escrow mean? Why should they pay their taxes monthly within their mortgage payment? And are there loan programs that require escrow? Can they waive it? How does that work? What are some market trends? What are some foreclosure trends? What are foreclosure buying pros and cons? What does it mean to flip a house and why would somebody want to do that? What are the pros and cons of flipping houses? What are refinance seasoning requirements? How do solar panels work? Is it really worth it to have solar panels on your house? How is that going to increase the equity value? Again, collaborative measures. I'm reading off a list that I have seriously on my notepad that I wrote in about 3 minutes time in my kitchen one day. If you are in a builder, if you're representing a builder or your collaborative partner is a builder, then why should people trust that builder? What about the foundation of those houses is better than another builder down the street? Okay, what makes that builder better than the other? Okay, these are things that you should be talking about when you do a Facebook Live. You want people to pop into your information. You need to be educating them. You need to be entertaining them. Be at the house. If you're at the house and you're walking around, give these people an opportunity to see what you're doing. And talk about the house. Talk about what school districts are close by. Is it close to interstates? That could be a pro or a con for somebody, right? Is it close to a woodland preserves or whatever? Like, is it close to conservation area? Is it a waterfront property? What kind, is it man-made or is it on a lake that's not man-made? These are all things that people are interested in, right? And make sure, no matter what, that you're including that call to action if someone is interested in learning more about that property or other properties in that area, to comment on your live video and let you know. Again, when you're repurposing these live videos, you can take a portion of the live and repurpose it into your stories and include your geographical location, you can check in your geolocation, whether you're on Facebook or you are on Instagram. This is a huge opportunity to bring more attraction to the property, to your business, to what you're doing. Okay, work smarter, not harder. If you're on Instagram, once again, make sure you include hashtags that have to do with where you are in the area, okay? You're gonna check into your geolocation, but then you can use hashtags. For instance, if you're in Tampa, Florida, and the property is within a close proximity of USF, then that might be important to somebody who's either attending USF, a professor at USF, or maybe has USF tickets and likes to be close to the dome because the USF campus, because it's also close to I-75 and easy access to other areas of town that they're living in or they're looking to live in. Okay, hospitals, Moffitt Cancer Center, you never know. So check into these places, use these hashtags, and repurpose your content like crazy. Go do lives covering these things and educate your audience. All right, there you go, mortgage professionals. I hope this was helpful to you. Peace out.